Hey everyone, this is Jay Newman with a sprint update around partnerships for the Double GDP sprint update finishing here on April 15th. Um, just a quick update here for partnerships this week. The most important thing that our team here at Double GDP did in terms of partnerships over the last sprint was to host a customer council meeting amongst our closest kind of strategic partners and our existing customers. And so what that customer council meeting is this something we try to do about every quarter, where we bring together the leaders of Double GDP on the engineering, product, and customer side. Our closest customers, where we're kind of like have our software deployed out in Zambia, as well as our industry partners, like the folks from the Charter Cities Institute. And finally, our investors, to basically have a strategic meeting of the minds amongst all of that set of folks, right? So that our customers and our partners can kind of like guide the product development roadmap in terms of how they're seeing the needs of new cities, of charter cities, and their residents evolving. And in this particular time, this was a really kind of like opportune moment to gather that set of leaders together, because there's just a lot of change going on in terms of the way that real estate development is moving, in terms of the way that the economies of various different African countries that we're both working in or intend to be working in over the next few months and years. We basically took this as an opportunity to gather that set of people together to just kind of like listen to what they are seeing, hearing, and thinking, so that we can think a little bit about what types of shifts that we might need to make. One of the really important outcomes that came from that customer council meeting, which we had about 2 weeks ago, was that there are some emerging priority needs that we're seeing in some new cities to really gain traction through the way that those cities work with businesses, and the way that those cities work with their future residents around, and specifically the role of the city in that particular case. With businesses has to do with getting the businesses set up to be able to reap the benefits of any special economic charters that the city might have, or kind of just like run well in that environment. And then on the resident side, it has everything to do with being able to access and trade land, property, stuff like that. So coming out of that, what we basically did was we took some of the direction and advice of that team, and we've begun to basically build some design mock-ups that we can use to kind of like highlight how the next things that might come into our product roadmap might be responsive to emerging and more immediate needs. Right. So, for instance, on the land registry side, what we did was we sort of mocked up what specific features and UIs might the city administrator of a new community have around land registry. Right. These are things like progress trackers in terms of number of plots that are sold versus plots available. These are things like the mix of zoning types as you kind of like double click into the plots that are sold versus plots that are available, and the ways in which insight into that can give the city administrator teams some good ideas as to how their tax base might flow, and whether there's actually some more priority that they need to put right now on their sales and marketing teams to, for instance, increase the visibility, the availability of like commercial real estate versus residential real estate, and vice versa. That way they can kind of like see how upcoming trends in terms of income for the cities may be impacted. Then on the business registry side, really what the role of a software platform like DoubleGDP is all about is about making it easy to do business in these new communities. At a time when new communities really want to be seen as both forward thinking and the one place that a new business might want to go kind of domicile itself, making that easy, efficient, replicable, and fair is something that we're really hearing from our partners, that new cities are kind of like oriented to. So we mocked up this in the exact same way. What are the ways that you would use digital documentation, simple workflows for guiding application processes, and visuals like progress indicators to help new businesses see and understand that domiciling themselves in these communities is going to be worth the effort, and honestly, like, is easier than some other places that they might be moving their staff to. So that's really what a couple of bits of the outcomes of the customer council meeting that we had this quarter. We're going to be working to take these kind of like earliest wireframes and hand sketch mockups into just like the next level of digital design, so that we can continue conversations both with our partners and their partners to see how DoubleGDP can really make a difference, and continue to help new cities to grow in a time of pretty rapid change. That'll be it for partnerships from this particular sprint. Back in 2 weeks with the next update. Thanks very much.